Hey everyone, this is Laura Gadenik with Laura Gadenik Astrology, and I'm here to give you the astrology of April 5th through the 11th, 2021, and this is round number 2. So thank you for your patience, and thank you to those who let me know that the audio wasn't working. Not sure what was happening. Also, I'm recording this at night on Monday, the 5th, and definitely don't have very much natural lighting, so apologize for the video quality. It does not look great. But I'm hoping to get a new camera soon as well. So starting on Tuesday the 6th, so that's tomorrow, we have Venus in Aries making a sextile to Mars in Gemini. So this is a really helpful supportive aspect for Venus because she is in the sign of Aries, which is Mars's domain. So the fact that Mars is making an aspect to her is helpful because Venus could use a little bit of help right now. She has been struggling in general, being in the sign of Aries, a sign that she doesn't typically do super well in according to traditional astrology. And she has been combust the sun, meaning she's been within 15 degrees of the sun for quite a few weeks now, even when she was in Pisces. And whenever a planet is combust the sun or within 15 degrees of the sun, that planet's light is almost like blocked or not seen. The sun's light is too bright for that planet. So Venusian topics have been suffering quite a bit the past couple of weeks. So what are Venusian topics? They are always having to do with relationships, whether that's romantic relationships, sexual relationships, friendships, any kind of relationships at all. Venus can be particularly about friendships or relationships with women. So those could have been under strife or struggle the past couple of weeks, as well as partnerships and having fun, beautifying things, having a pleasant time, enjoying life, beauty, making something beautiful, maybe beautifying yourself in some way. These topics could have been under some sort of struggle the past couple of weeks with, and which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Whenever a planet indicates that something is struggling or it's been challenging, it just indicates that there's more work to be done in that area of your life. And so I like to see it as an opportunity for growth and improvement. But that is just my Virgo self loving improvement. So anyway, Venus in Aries making a sextile to Mars and Gemini is helpful. There's kind of a charge to the day. It's stimulating. It's kind of like having a good time that's adventurous and brave and maybe a little bit daring and something that requires your energy. There could be a little boost in confidence over Venusian issues that have been struggling. So a little boost in confidence in love, romance, friendships, beautifying something. And the Venus ruled houses, so wherever you have, whichever houses contain Taurus or Libra, may get a little boost of energy, get extra energy and confidence to take action in those parts of your chart. So if you know those houses, that would be helpful. And in general, coordinating, collaborating, friendships, love and romance should get a little boost. And in general, it should just be kind of a stimulating, fun day, I would think. So that is Tuesday the 6th. Venus gets some help from Mars, which rules the sign that Venus is currently in. It's kind of like, and you'll hear a lot of astrologers talk about this, it's kind of like Venus is in Mars's home. And because she has direct contact with Mars, she's able to get some help or direct assistance from Mars. So that's the 6th. It's going to be a really cute, fun day. So let's see, Friday the 9th, and maybe even a little bit Thursday night, the 8th. This is kind of the messy day of the week. We have Mercury in Aries conjoining Chiron. Mercury is all about communication, our mind, our mentality, messages, news, communication. And Chiron is the wounded healer. So Chiron is often associated with wounds, with things that are painful, with triggers, and things that either need healing or maybe are undergoing a process of healing. So this might be a day where there's maybe a new awareness around something that's triggering or a painful belief that you've been holding on to. There could be some painful messages or communications. Definitely be careful with your words on this day, and be more observant of what's happening for you internally. Simultaneously, Mars in Gemini is making a square to Neptune in Pisces. So Mars in Gemini, it has to look to Mercury for assistance because Mars is in Mercury's domain. Mercury rules over the sign of Gemini. So Mars in Gemini has to look to kind of a painful Mercury because Mercury is conjoined to Chiron. And Mars is squaring Neptune, which is not super fun for Mars. Mars likes to be direct, straightforward. Mars likes to know where it's going, likes to have a plan of action. And Neptune is super foggy and hazy and unclear and confusing and kind of disorienting. So this might be a day where you might feel a bit tired, lower energy. You might be tempted to take on too many things. You might feel super scattered or confused or kind of dispersed, like your energy is dispersed. And I think it's just going to be kind of uncomfortable because in this kind of chaotic confusion of like, what am I doing today? Where am I headed? Where am I going? You know, Mars is all about goals and getting things done. And you know, in Gemini, it's maybe not as efficient because Gemini is a mutable sign. It's very much so about dispersing energy, doing a lot of different things at once. So Mars in Gemini already struggles with goals, getting things done, efficiency, etc. But with the square to Neptune, it's kind of like you're dipping your hands in too many baskets and taking on too much. And there might be some pain around that, some kind of like questioning of like, what am I doing right now, and where am I going, and what's the point, you know? And there could be some painful communications coming to you or coming from you regarding that kind of disorientation. So my advice is to go with the flow. Explore, don't take on too much, relax. And whenever any planet comes into contact with Neptune, there's always this questioning of what's possible and what is the ideal? What's my ideal? What am I working towards? What's my hope, my dream? And with the square to Neptune, there's always this, or usually the sense of kind of disappointment or disillusionment, which could be something regarding the painful messages or insights or awareness that Mercury is bringing us. So just mull that over and thinking about especially where Aries is in your chart, what house is being highlighted. I think that's going to be the focal point of Friday, is the house of Aries. Maybe some of Gemini house as well, but because Mars in Gemini is looking to Mercury, I think that's going to be the kind of the area of life that this is going to be kind of coming out in the most. So yeah, that's Friday the 9th. That might be felt a little bit on Thursday night. Just have patience, harness kindness for yourself and others, and just know that the energy of Friday and Thursday night is a bit messy. So go slowly. Okay, so Saturday the 10th, things kind of spruce back up. It's a really fun, cute day. We have Mercury sextiling Saturn, which is kind of indicative of having a solid plan of action. that might feel a little bit better coming from Friday, where things are like, oh, what are we doing? I have no idea what's going on. And that's uncomfortable for me to, okay, we know what's going on. We have a plan. We're communicating and we're understanding each other. It's kind of about like, let's have a serious talk, but in a fun way, because Venus is making a sextile with Jupiter. So these are the two benefic planets in astrology, and they always bring good times, good fortune, generosity, friendship, working together, peace, harmony. Even if Venus is debilitated a bit in Aries, it's a good day for socializing. Remember, with the Mercury sextile of Saturn, it's a good day to have some serious, heartfelt talks that are very connective. And also, kind of my thoughts are like making a solid plan for some sort of like fun adventure that you may have. So that is Saturday the 10th. Sunday the 11th. So this week is kind of a mixed bag, because there's like some intense, like more challenging days, and then there's like really fun, like lighthearted days. So Sunday the 11th is kind of a more intense, possibly challenging day. We do have the new moon in Aries at 22 degrees of Aries, and that's at 8:31 Mountain Time. So adjust that to whatever time zone you're in. So new moons are always about emptying out, letting go, and kind of there's this sense of purging and resting for the new cycle. And of course, this is in relationship to the part of your chart that has Aries. Once again, that's kind of the focal point of the month with all these planets in Aries. And this is probably going to be an especially purging new moon, because Venus is making a square to Pluto. So squares are always kind of intense and combative, can be combative. They're challenging. They're of the nature of Mars, so they're challenging. Venus, of course, is about relationships, how we get along, how we enjoy our life, what we love. And Pluto asks us to delve into the depths of whatever it comes into contact with, even if that means digging through the uncomfortable stuff. Pluto forces us to strip down to the bare essentials and to dig to either reveal the muck or the gold of something. And with a square, a challenging aspect, it's probably going to ask us to reveal the muck in the Venusian areas. So once again, the Venusian areas are relationships. So whether that be romantic relationships or friendships, or relationships between women of some sort. This is about letting go of what's no longer necessary and being real and honest, and having maybe some honest conversations around whatever, and my guess is that it might have something to do with what's happening on Friday the 9th. So kind of pay attention. Any disorienting feelings or confusion or miscommunication or painful communications from Thursday night, Friday, we might be actually talking about that stuff on Sunday the 11th, possibly into Monday, excavating what's really going on. And yeah, this is about mining relationships. So being real and honest while also using our tools to recognize that we're speaking from our own perspective and that we don't have all the answers. So also keep in mind, Pluto can indicate obsessive qualities. So with Venus square to Pluto, there might, if you're like dating someone or you have a crush or whatever, there might be this like obsessive quality that comes up in love and romance in particular. So if you're like kind of ruminating on a relationship issue or on someone in particular, you know, I think it's not super helpful to try and distract yourself. Maybe like write it out, journal about it, get the energy out in some way. Don't ignore it, but don't feed it as well. So that's kind of where discernment is very useful. Let's see, what else? So, oh yeah, also Pluto can be very much so concerned with control and power. So be mindful of like your relationship dynamics in general, and like whether you're acting from a place of needing control, wanting control or power. What are your motives? And that's a very Plutonian question in general. What are your motives? And with it in square to Venus, what are your motives in this relationship that you're dealing with right now? Overall, I think the new moon on the 11th on Sunday will be helpful, useful, even if it might be a little challenging. That's because this new moon is making a sextile to Mars, which is the ruler of the new moon. And remember, when the ruler of another planet's domain is in contact with that planet, it's like lending a hand. It's like having a direct link to the person in charge who can very accurately tell you where everything is in that person's house. Like if you're staying at someone's house, it's like having the person there to like help direct you towards like, oh yeah, this is where the shower is, here's your towel, oh you're hungry, here's some food. You know, it's more helpful. So I think things are going to turn out okay, and overall whatever's dug up is going to be useful for continuing our relationships, and useful in continuing to maintain relationships in a healthy way. So this is like totally normal process. Okay, so that is the week ahead. I will be back next week with another astrological update. I will be in Hawaii, so fingers crossed internet is stable and I will be able to do this video. Might be poor quality again, we'll see. If you have questions about your chart, if you have questions about how this relates to your chart personally, we can always do a transit reading. You can just comment and I can give you my contact info. Probably won't be available to do readings until next week. So just to let you know, but I hope you have a wonderful week. It is, I think overall, it's a really good week. I think there's a lot of really good energy. There's a lot of vibrancy. There's a lot of fun and adventure to be had, and just some negotiating. So that's it, and have a great week. And I'll be back next week with another astrological update. Okay, bye.